Hey, all you watching, we're back with Deep Images. So we have been exploring human monsters. So nothing supernatural, nothing leaning into that kind of spectrum of horror, but things that could happen, and some that have happened, and all these things that should not happen. I'm Henry Covert. We've got AC Nicholas over here with the incredible Fez. I love it. My co-host Cia Roberts and the amazing Bill Mulligan, co-founder of Deep Images, and he's going to tell us about his pick for human monsters.
Yeah, so human monsters are not my favorite monsters because they're real and you can just watch the news. And we've had a number of cases in the last month or so. It just seems like once the media fixates on something, they discover there's a whole lot of it. You know, the same number of people get attacked by sharks every year, but every now and then they'll have a year of the shark, and it's just a year of us reporting on shark attacks. The sharks aren't doing anything different than they ever did before.
Right.
Um, so, when I want to be entertained, I like monsters, I like monstrous ones. And the other problem I often have with some of the movies we've talked about is they tend to not glamorize these people, but it's not interesting watching stupid people do stupid things and murder people for no damn good reason at all. It's depressing. So they kind of make them into supervillains where they're smarter than average. They're compelled to do something. The Dr. Lecter types or the genius serial killer who's always one step ahead of the police. It's not really what it's like. But the movie I want to talk about has a great villain. In fact, he's really the only. The movie's good. The movie's good. It
And
might
that's
be a
good to
little
hear.
overrated, yeah, but the villain is spectacular. And the thing of it is, this is a film that really captures the banality of evil. And it's The Vanishing from 1988. Really, its real name is Sporeless. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure I'm pronouncing it at all
Spoorlos, yeah,
correctly.
you are.
This is 1988, directed by George Sluizer,
Loser, I
Louisette.
think.
maybe
Louisette.
Sluizer.
That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's correct.
Yeah, this movie is really interesting, and it's a young Dutch couple. The guy he's okay, and the actor playing him is fine, but it's interesting how little I really care about him. His girlfriend, um, who's played I can't pronounce any of these people. Joanna Turby, maybe, perhaps.
Who plays the main
She's
guy? Not the villain, but
the main. Okay, hold
protagonist.
on. Let me see. The main guy is Jean Bervoets,
I
perhaps.
may know the remake cast better than I do the original.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we'll talk about the
Okay.
remake. Believe me.
Now, what country is this
Um,
made? What country is this from? I forgot.
it's Dutch.
Dutch. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
We're down with
and
Dutch.
she is she's really an interest. I haven't seen this actress in any other films, but she's got that look. Just that certain charisma. There's a vulnerability to her. Just a very you could see where someone would get obsessed by her, and that's indeed what happened. The two of them are on a little vacation, driving around and talking about a dream she's had, and you can see this guy. They're totally into each other. It's a nice little love story. They stop at a service station, and she goes off to get some, I don't know what Dutch eat, chocolates or something, and disappears, just doesn't come back. And that's it. He's just sitting there waiting. She doesn't come back. The cops are, maybe she ran out or whatever. Nobody cares. But then she never comes back ever. And the movie picks up again about 3 years later. This guy, he has not exactly moved on with his life. He is dating someone, but it's pretty obvious that his thoughts are only of this lost love, literally a lost love. The girl that got away, ran away, was taken
Spanish.
away, has no idea. Just she's gone. He still puts up posters of her.
That's
Yeah, he's
it's
contacted by
awful.
someone who says that he knows what happened to her.
Hmm.
So he goes to meet him, and there's nobody there, but he's being observed. We kind of go into the story of this other character that we come to realize is the reason that she's gone, although we don't know exactly what that entails. This is played by Bernard Pierre Donadieu. again, I apologize to the ones who are
Doing pretty
still
good.
alive. Yeah, I don't know.
The Francophiles won't kick you out yet.
These Dutch people have a different word for everything. So we meet this guy. He is a mild mannered, to say the least, mild mannered college chemistry professor. Could not seem like less of a threat, although the actor does a good job. There's something in the eyes where, although this guy appears almost preternaturally calm and unthreatening, there's just something of the predator in those eyes. It's a good performance. It's a great performance, actually. And the more we get to understand him, eventually they do meet up, and this guy tells his story. He monologues, and we see flashbacks. He, at an early age, he like jumped out of a window without, fear or anything, broke his arm, and that taught him not to do that again. But the point is, he isn't afraid. This guy is sociopath, but unlike a lot of sociopaths, he is actually intelligent, and he understands what that entails. It's not anything he necessarily celebrates. He realizes that he is different from others. He doesn't have those feelings. He also is smart enough to realize being a monster in society is not a good move.
Like
Better to, yeah, better to play the human. Yeah, yeah, a lot like Dexter, with a lot less charisma. Um, he marries. He has a child. His wife loves him. His daughter adores him. And I think that, if I recall correctly, they're going across a bridge and they see a girl who's drowning, and he just jumps in and rescues her without even thinking about it.
Mm,
And his daughter is just like, "You're my hero," and
mm,
that bothers him. It bothers him because he wants to have earned that level of respect.
mm.
But thinking it over, to his way of thinking, the only way that, since he really didn't feel anything, he didn't perform this. Why did he do it? He's not really sure himself, but it wasn't to be a hero. It doesn't give him any great satisfaction. But to be worthy of his daughter's love, he has to feel that he's capable of doing the worst thing,
Mm.
and yet doesn't. That would make him worthy of her heroic view of him.
Wow.
So he has to do the worst thing, and he starts practicing it. Now, he's not terribly good at this. He starts, trying to, pick up girls, get them to come into his car. He gets some chloroform. He does all this.
Oh my God.
He's almost charmingly bad at it. Like, he accidentally almost picks up a girl who recognized him because it used to be his student in
Whoops.
college. And she's like, "Oh, if you want to have an affair, they go get a prostitute." And he's like, "Oh my God," he's mortified. Anyway, the guy's like, "I'm going to take you to the cops after I beat the crap out of you." And it's like, "There's no evidence. There's nothing. I haven't told you. I'm telling you honestly, I am responsible for her disappearing. I understand your obsession, and I'm willing to make right by you, to tell you what happened," which is, can't undo the past, but you can go on your merry way, know that, whatever, you could maybe even kill him, but then you'd never know. And
Right.
he's like, "You've got to drink this coffee," gives him a coffee to drink. "And you drink this, and I promise all will be revealed."
Mm.
And, okay. At this point, as an audience, like, you're like, "Don't drink the coffee, just kill him." But he can't. He's got to know. I mean, at this point, his life really revolves around this mystery, and he's not out for revenge. He's out to answer the question: where did she go? What happened to her? What are her presumably final moments like, if that's indeed what happened? So ultimately, he drinks the coffee. I don't really want to give away the ending here, but I think it's almost important that I do, because I want to talk about the remake
Hmm.
and why it sucks. So, if you haven't seen this movie, it's really very, very good. The thing is, you have to make sure that you get the right one. Don't get the remake. This is 1988. It's probably in Dutch with subtitles. That's the best way to watch it. There may be a dub version. I don't know. I always watch the subtitle ones if I can.
Isn't he one
Uh,
of the first directors to remake his own movie in America? I mean,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
become
You
more
think that would
common
work
now,
out?
but
Yeah, yeah. Well, after this one, I'm surprised anybody tried it again.
I know.
Um, This is not funny games, that's for sure.
Right.
They
No.
so the guy drinks the coffee like an ass, wakes up in a coffin, buried underground. With a lighter so he can see that he's buried underground. There ain't no getting out. He's not being dug up again. ... That's it. That's it. And our sociopath professor is last seen calmly with his family. One gets the terrifying feeling that then this is almost worse, that this is it. He never did it after that girl. He's not going to do it again. Everything's been accounted for. He's satisfied now. This is not a compulsion. This was really a mental exercise. But because of his being a sociopath, it's a mental exercise that results in the death of two completely undeserving people. And for that, he feels nothing. Amazing. So a true monster
Yes.
that successfully lives amongst us. I mean, most of these guys, even the genius, the Dr. Lecters and everything, they have to keep on killing. It's something they have to do. They have to keep
Right.
trophies. This guy has none of that. It's simply a man trying to understand himself and let the chips fall where they may. Damn. This guy is so good. This performance is so good.
Yeah.
Because he's not twirling a mustache. He's just sort of amused. He's talking to someone, almost as an equal, that we're both kind of messed up in different ways, and our paths have crossed, and you really almost feel like he's doing him a favor. He thinks at least he's doing him a favor, and I think, unfortunately, even the hero understands that. So this one, okay, really good, highly praised, good stuff. They decided to do a Hollywood remake. This and La Femme Nikita should be watched.
Two worst remakes.
Because La Femme Nikita I thought was the worst ever. Because I really like La Femme Nikita because look, Bez, whatever else you got to say about look, he's got that style. And then they did Point of No Return, and it's like, man, you've got this great premise. She's basically the Black Widow before there was the Black Widow. She's a prostitute. She kills a cop. They put her. They basically, you're going to go to jail for the rest of your life, or you could be trained to be an assassin for the government. Yeah, I'd take that deal. And they teach her how to do all kinds of things. It's like My Fair Lady with blade work, and so she's really cool and everything, and she's an assassin. And then she gets kind of tired of that, and she tries to live a normal life. And one of the things I really liked about the original, her normal life, you meet some guy who's like a checkout clerk, and he's as ordinary looking as he's not homely, but he's not a pretty boy Hollywood star. And she starts a relationship. It's the normalcy of him that attracts her. And then when they did the Hollywood remake, and they have was it Bridget Fonda, I think, played the role, and she meets, it wasn't Brad Pitt, but it was someone on that level. Right. He's stocking
Mulroney.
Bags, but clearly, he clearly is. He's working at the quickie shop in between being discovered in Hollywood. I mean, come on, it's ridiculous. Just anyway, that was lame. But boy, that was the remake of the Maltese Falcon compared to what they did with this movie. A couple years later, they get the original director, and he's a guy I don't think I've watched anything else that he's ever done. Let me see his name. Hold on. Directed by George. Oh, him again. Yeah, George Slurs or whatever. It's Losers. Anyway, they got him. They hired him, and I'm thinking, okay, good idea. Guy did it right the first time. He also wrote the screenplay, so based on a novel, The Golden Egg. Bring him to Hollywood and let him make the movie. But then, sure enough, I mean, what happened. You just know what happened. They started putting their fingers in the pie, and everyone had a suggestion on what how we could improve this. And that ending's a little bleak. Yeah, you think? I mean, that's the whole point. That's the thing that sticks with you. They had a great cast: Jeff Bridges, Kiefer Sutherland, Nancy Travis, Sandra Bullock. All right, actually too good a cast. Cast like that kind of takes away. You're not really paying attention to the characters or stories and everything. Right. And while Jeff Bridges is a fine actor and actually can be a great actor in a lot of roles. This was not a good role for him. I don't know that any famous actor would be able to do this. He certainly does not capture the qualities that the original guy got. But just to that would all be annoying enough. Um, and I think they're kind of a little too they make things a little too clear and everything. But the girlfriend, remember I said he had like moved on with his life and got a girlfriend and everything. Minor character, minor character of all minor characters, a bit role. No, this one, Nancy Travis plays the girlfriend, and she becomes a major character and manages in a complete atrocity compared to the original to save our protagonist in the end, kill the bad guy. And she and the guy, they kill the bad guy. Evil is defeated, thwarted, and we have a happy ending. And it's a betrayal of everything that was so good about the original. Yes, it was bleak. Yes, people didn't go dancing out of the theater at that one, but that's one of the things that made it so good. Not every movie has to have a happy ending, but when you're spending the kind of money that gets you, Donald Sutherland and Jeff Bridges and Sandra Bullock, I guess you probably do need to have a happy ending to make sure that people come to see it and say nice things to their friends.
The banality of cinema.
Right. Yeah, the banality of cinema.
Yes.
It's like I took my wife to see The Mist the day it opened. And she was enjoying the whole thing until the ending. And then she just glared at me like, why did you bring me to this? And I knew at that moment The Mist was not going to be a box office success. I and a few other people in the audience were like, damn, that was a ballsy choice. That took some guts.
It was above average.
And then I'm looking at all the unhappy faces filing out, and I'm like, this is going to bomb. Because I guarantee all those people were going to tell their friends, don't bother. This is bullshit, man. Anyway, definitely worth watching. I think it's a really SPOORLOS. Yes, the 1988 version.
Okay.
Yeah.
Avoid the vanishing at all costs.
Yeah.
Avoid point of no return. That's another thing. La Femme Nikita is a great title.
Oh yeah.
Very evocative, even if I don't speak French, because everything sounds good in French, but La Femme Nikita sounds especially good.
It just means the woman Nikita.
Point of no return is like the most generic thing possible. Like they've got a magic 8-ball with a bunch of catchphrases and stuff, and they just shake it. What should we name this movie? Turning Point. Point of no return. My favorite was one of the producers wrote a whole book about his adventures in Hollywood. And he was responsible for a movie I really quite like. If we ever do survival movies, I've got first dibs on The Edge, although I hate that title. But The Edge,
I hated the title too, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. But it turned no, we dodged a bullet because there's a whole section in the chapter about this the horror that was making this movie, and part of the problem is it was originally called The Bookworm. And they suddenly woke up and said, wow, no one will ever go to see a movie called The Bookworm. Even people who like books won't go to see a movie called The Bookworm. So we got to come up, and they gave it to people who I guess come up with titles. And I realized I have wasted my life because that's my job. That's the job I should have taken, because there's no way I could come up with a worse bunch of titles than what these folks did. And they're sending them in. 2 Men and a Bear. They're like,
The Edge bomb too.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it did because it wasn't a great title. But 2 Men and a Bear, 2 men
going to be the title.
Bear.
Somebody said that.
That was one of the proposals.
So that should have been the TV spinoff.
I was like, oh my god,
the Bear and the guys make peace and have fun each week.
The Edge,
like Yogi Bear.
So
anyway,
this one's worth watching, mostly, almost entirely for that performance and that character. He is so good and scary. And the only thing I could compare it to is another performance that really took me by surprise, which was Robin Williams in 1 Hour Photo.
Oh,
where he's a great villain, and he is so not Robin Williams. If you can imagine the bizarro Robin Williams, not just not funny. He's just bland, and it's a great performance. and just such a sometimes good guys when you people who always play heroes when they do play a villain. I always think of Henry Fonda in Once Upon a Time in the West.
Oh wow.
Those
Yeah.
blue eyes that we've seen twinkle and made us laugh and enjoy so many films. Suddenly, those terrifying when it's a guy who just shoots down kids in the first 5 minutes of the movie. So anyway, I do recommend this film. I really enjoyed it. And I really like its terrifying portrayal of sociopaths. I've been fortunate enough not to know that many sociopaths. Although, if they were like this guy, I wouldn't know any better. Well, I've always wondered about that too. They are evil,
Mhm.
um, but it's an
Weird.
evil of subtraction in that they're not capable of they don't have a conscience.
Right.
So they're capable of going for their whole life and never actually committing evil. It's just that if they're good because of circumstance.
It's the way they
And if
treat people. That's
circumstances,
what's evil.
yeah, well, those are the ones that are more obvious.
Mhm.
But they're the sort of people who could diaper a baby or strangle it. Just depends on what's needed to be done at the time, and it won't really affect them much either way. Their only concern is the smart ones are smart enough to know if I get caught strangling a baby, I'm going to jail, and I don't want to do that, so I will not strangle a baby. Whereas for most of us, the thought would never occur to us. It's like, what the hell are you saying here? But yeah. So I did enjoy this movie a lot. It was very surprising to me.
Any of you guys seen this? I have not seen it.
I have.
Okay.
I think I'm with Bill. I think the original version of Vanishing is a soul-crushingly brilliant movie because you don't know where it's going.
Yeah.
And you have no expectations. And it has I think, the single most nihilistic ending of any movie that I've seen in my life. And I think about it from time to time and think, wow, this movie is brilliant. This director's brilliant. And he never did anything else except the American remake, which is a piece of shit.
He actually made a lot of movies, but none of them really seemed to.
Nothing good.
Yeah.
And on the remake is, as you've said, all the worst things that Hollywood can offer, which is they had to have a happy ending. They had to pump up the minor character part. And I will go on record as saying I love Jeff Bridges. I think Jeff Bridges can be a truly great actor, very believable, very natural. This is his worst performance. And for some reason, and I don't know who told him to do this, I don't know, Bill, he's trying like a Dutch accent or something. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm the man you're looking for.
I guess the director directed him to do that.
The same director. And it's just so weird and off-putting. And I hated the remake with every fiber of my being because they destroyed a movie that I love, that I think is a masterpiece. And we're going to look at Point of No Return as another movie that should not have had an American remake. And I like the Luc Besson. I would go as far as saying La Femme Nikita is one of my favorite action films of all time because Besson is a great director. It's fabulous. There's not a slow second in it. Annie Parillaud, I think is her name, is
Annie Parillaud. Yes.
Yeah, Parillaud. However
she was in Map of the Human Heart after that.
Yeah, she's fantastic in it, and it's great. And the American remake is wrong on a bunch of levels. Number one, John Badham, he's a good action director. War Games.
Yeah, journeyman actor or director.
Thunder, he's okay. Bridget Fonda completely miscast.
Yeah.
Completely miscast. She's trying really hard and just not pulling it off. And again, the worst things about the American film, you got a very handsome actor playing the boyfriend.
It's distracting.
Exactly. Perfect. Everything's distracting about it. Everything. It makes no good choices at all. But back to The Vanishing, which is the topic, an excellent choice. We're talking about a lot of disturbing movies in this series. This is probably for me the most disturbing because if you have claustrophobia, which I don't, or a fear of being buried alive,
I have claustrophobia.
This movie might change your mind. It might give you those phobias. It's that compelling and that horrifying.
While you were talking, we just had a rolling thunder that lasted longer than just about any thunder I have ever heard in my life. It was rattling the windows too. That
Wow.
so God approves of
Oh,
your
I
review.
would hope so.
God approve.
I think we're all in agreement on these movies here.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to see both of well, I don't want to see the remake.
No, please don't.
Alyssa, you want to feel, just everything negative thought you've ever had about
Well,
Hollywood will be
sometimes it's nice
completely.
to know your enemy.
Yeah.
I just feel like this poor Dutch guy came over to America. It's like, hey, you got to go to Hollywood and you're going to be rich and famous. And then every day, some new guy in a suit came running in with,
Yep.
revisions and scripts, and we got to
Mhm.
change this, and he just watched it all turn to crap right in front of him.
Hey, let me throw off one more Hollywood movie that was a remake of an original by the same director, Night Watch by Ole Bornedal,
Yeah.
which the original is very good.
Yeah, it is very
The
good.
remake is not as terrible as Point of No Return or
It's not very memorable though.
No, it's bland. The American remake is actually.
I personally think the original was overrated when it came out. I mean, I don't think it is endured as like this great foreign horror movie.
Well,
but I liked it.
I like it.
I like it too. It hasn't endured like The Vanishing, which I think
Right.
The Vanishing is a movie for the ages.
Yeah.
It is. And you know what? If it had been made in the 70s in America, they could have gotten away with the horrendously nihilistic ending. But
because the ending, the 70s were like that. Every movie in the 70s ends with a vampire jumping at the camera, which is if there were no vampires.
Or the man blowing our folks to be pieces.
Or being Barry Newman in a Dodge Challenger hitting
right.
Yeah.
After I saw Easy Rider, I was like, man, there's nowhere to go but down.
My favorite 70s ending, Dirty Mary, Crazy Larry.
Oh,
it's
a great classic.
Nothing can stop us now.
Yeah.
I hope you weren't. All right, but the greatest, like the 70s movies are almost like, we're not going to make a sequel. We're like, yeah, you will. If this makes enough money, it's like, okay, just wait. But my favorite 70s, we're never going to make a sequel to this, has to be Beneath the Planet of the Apes. But they go through the trouble of destroying the entire Earth. But did that stop them? It did not.
No.
And they made at least 3 more movies afterwards. So
I was at a Dusk to Dawn drive-in show last week in Pittsburgh, and they ran before the movie the trailer for Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
I love that.
And my colleagues and I were all like cheering because that's a really good movie. Because
I like all of them to different.
I do too.
That's a whole nother topic. We did all show on it a while back.
That's a movie where, as a sequel, you would never expect the way they went with it.
No, and the reason that went, part of the reason that went that way, and part of the reason there was briefly the no sequel mandate was Heston didn't want to do any more sequels. He was adamant. So since he had to be in the sequel, he had to be a supporting character. Though, arguably, the guy who blows up the planet is the most important character. The verdict on The Vanishing is, I need to see it. Chuck, have you seen it?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
I think you'll like it.
And agreed on all counts.
Yay. And please like and subscribe to the channel. And we love you guys. Take care.
Take care.
And it's true that we cannot see that far behind. If we looked all the way in the past, we'd go blind. In the night, from the stars as they've all lived their lives, and the light that they gave as they burned and then died.